all the top global stories that we're tracking this morning. First up, of course, lots of announcements coming from Trump. Now he has declared the war in the Middle East over, marking the release of remaining hostages held by Hamas after 2 years in captivity. Now, greeted with a standing ovation, Trump said that the long and painful nightmare had ended and Israelis and Palestinians alike. He announced that Hamas would disarm and called it a very exciting time for peace in that region. Extending an olive branch, Trump said that America's hand of friendship was open to even Iran, signaling hopes of a wider peace deal. Now let's go across and listen into Trump's comments.
With the historic agreement we've just signed, those prayers of millions have finally been answered. As you know, the hostages have been returned, and further work goes on having to do with the, sadly to say, bodies. Together we've achieved what everybody said was impossible. At long last, we have peace in the Middle East, and it's a very simple expression, peace in the Middle East, and we've heard it for many years, but nobody thought it could ever get there, and now we're there. Civilians are returning to their homes. The hostages are reuniting. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm just watching it backstage. The level of love and sorrow, I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing when you see they haven't seen their mother, their father. They haven't seen them in such a long time, and they lived in a tunnel.
All right, but Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky will meet Donald Trump in Washington this Friday as Kyiv seeks urgent defense and energy aid. Now, the trip follows intensified Russian strikes on Ukraine's power grid that have forced rolling blackouts across multiple regions. Now, a high-level Ukrainian delegation is already in Washington to secure stronger air defense systems, energy resilient support, and tighter sanctions on Moscow.
Moving on, let's talk about Samsung Electronics, which has reported a stunning rebound, posting an operating profit that is the highest in over 3 years. This surge is fueled by a global semiconductor recovery and booming AI chip demand. Exceeded market expectations as well. Revenue was backed by strong smartphone sales and high bandwidth memory chip orders from AMD and potential deals with Nvidia as well.
China has sharply rejected new U.S. sanctions, warning it will take all necessary steps to defend its right as trade tensions rise under Trump. Foreign Ministry spokesperson urged Washington to reverse its wrong approach and resolve differences through dialogue, not threats. Now, seeking to ease concerns, Trump called President Xi Jinping highly respected, saying both nations want stability, not economic harm. Now, Trump remains on track to meet Xi Jinping in South Korea in late October.
Moving on, Oaktree Capital's Howard Marks says that artificial intelligence boom hasn't reached the bubble territory yet. At least not yet is what the word is coming from him. In an interview, Marks acknowledged AI stock valuations are high but not crazy, emphasizing that expensive doesn't mean a crash is coming. He said that the hallmark of a true bubble is psychological excess, a mania where investors believe no price is too high. While enthusiasm around AI is still strong, Marks says that he doesn't see the kind of irrational exuberance now, comparing today's moment of the early internet era.
And severe flooding in Mexico has left at least 64 people dead and 65 missing after torrential rain struck the Gulf Coast and central states. Now, officials say the flooding followed an unexpected tropical depression which hit already saturated rivers and weakened the mountains near the end of the rainy season. Now, emergency crews continue rescue efforts while the government plans relief funding and rebuilding the operations in the hardest hit regions.
Moving on, SpaceX has successfully launched its